Gwaan conversation.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the best one.
All right.
Hi, we're Indirect Connections. I'm Ernie.
I'm Chris.
I'm Noel.
And I'm Nate.
And this is Gwaan Conversations.
Good job.
Yeah, we're gonna pick a topic out of this here bowl. There's a pen in here. That's not a topic. And
It could be a topic.
It could be a topic.
It could be a topic, but that'd be boring. So, who wants to pick one? Huh?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Well, we are going to be.
Oh, I'm drinking.
yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna drink.
I forgot about that.
Thanks,
It's
Chip.
close though.
Sorry.
He's new.
This is my first time.
So she said. What a great topic for you to pick.
What's the topic?
Oh, first of all, thank you, Vicky, for this one. This is perfect because Anthony was the one who brought us in.
He brought us in.
The topic is why do millennials feel everything is owed to them?
Oh, that's spectacular.
Oh man. So just
I was owed that introduction, by the way.
Yeah.
so just for your edification, I think the only one in this group that is technically not a millennial is this guy right here.
Yeah.
But technically speaking, I already forgot what the
I'm a
date
centennial, I
range.
think.
It's like, is it 82?
Yeah, something like that. But
82.
I'm technically a millennial, and then these three are also technically millennials. But
I identify as Gen X. Just to
Yeah.
clarify.
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh,
I think Gen X sounds badass, so I'm cool with it.
I'm
I
just gonna say I'm
self-identify
Gen
with
X
something
from here
different
on out.
also. Nate, do you self-identify with something other than millennials?
I like to think of myself as unique. Okay. I know it's
All right, you kind of are millennial.
Okay.
millennial point of view, but I like to think I'm so unique that I can't even be like categorized.
Oh,
Gen
really?
U.
He's
Well-
not even in a generation.
Well, let's toast for our
No,
millennials
it's
topic.
Gen
Oh.
Gen Unique.
Gen U.
Gen U.
Generation U.
So I'd like to start out with my geezer opinion.
Oh, jeez.
So when I was in high school, get off my lawn! Get off my lawn! when I was in high school,
We were owed that long.
walk wherever you want, man. It's your earth. There was kids having kids even when I was in high school, not as prevalent as in years later. But we didn't know what the hell we were doing. We were in high school and we had pegged pants and Dayglow colors and all that shit.
Corduroys.
Huh?
And cords.
Cords? Nah, I'm not the 70s
So-
dick in high school. But
Condoms existed back then?
condoms existed.
The landscape
They just
ones.
weren't always used as much. Yeah, the cat gut or whatever they were.
What? The cows.
Yeah, with that cows. But so we didn't know what we were doing. So then those kids grow up and they have kids and they really don't know what they're doing. And then those kids have kids and they don't know what they're doing. So I think it's a progression. Shut up, butthole. I think it's a progression of parents.
I was owed that conversation.
I think it's a progression of parents not really knowing, and I don't want to even get into the mom and dad both being in the picture and all that stuff. I don't even think it comes down to that. I think it's just the parents together, the parents separately don't know what they're doing. And if I was a parent, which I'm not, because I'm smart and I know what I'm doing, I don't think I'd know what I was doing. And I'm supposed to be,
Where's he going with that?
screw millennials. All right, next.
I don't know where he's going with
I
that.
think I kind of got what you're
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I had no idea.
dude,
I kind of went off the rails.
Isn't that what an old geezer does? Just
Get off my topic. Get off my topic.
we just gotta talk. But you know what though? I kind of feel like every generation that's coming up, they're always gonna talk shit about the previous generation. And it just so happens right now is the millennials generation because they're doing stuff that's different from the previous generations. These previous generations are gonna be like, hey, that's so stupid. Why are you feeling entitled for all this bullshit? Well, let's take a pause for a second and think about the previous generations. Y'all did the same shit too. So you all can't say that you weren't quote unquote entitled because you did the same rebellious shit that we did. It's just now that we're in a different age. Now we're in a technology age. So my view is this on this whole thing. we can trash talk about millennials all day long, and a lot of it's true. But you know what? We're all guilty. The previous generations before us as well. So
Yeah.
I just don't think that trashing on millennials. That's just right now. And so when the next generation comes out after the millennials, which is does anyone know?
Isn't it like
Genitals
Z or something?
Some shit like
Genitals.
Genitals?
Genitals, yeah.
No, it's like YZ. Like I don't know.
But
Yeah.
millennials now are going to talk shit about this newest generation once they get out into the
Generation
workforce.
Iddles.
So that's just the way it goes. It's like we have our general like this is how this generation operates. This is because of all these other factors, whatever. This next generation after millennials is gonna be the same thing. So millennials are gonna talk trash about this next generation.
But you gotta admit, or maybe you don't. I don't know your business. But you gotta admit that, like high schoolish age, youngish age, just don't seem to give a shit about anything. Like they're just they just don't care.
You can say that about the hippies. You can say that about the Afro hippies, the disco people. You can say that about the 80s kids. Or not 80s kids, the 80s like teens.
I think they're more removed though. And again, I don't have kids, so I'm not poo-pooing anybody who has kids. But when I went to Denny's with my parents, I had a pen and I had a piece of paper and I scribbled and we talked about school and all that stuff. Every kid I see now, from in the stroller to like high school age, has their face in a phone. And yeah, I know that makes me sound super old, and I don't care. But that's what I see now. And yeah, it's electronics and it's the generational thing.
But to me, it's like I think the difference is interests were different. For the previous generation, they were interested in what was it, like art or music, or I'd say the same thing exists now in today's society. It's just a different form.
Yeah.
That older generations, they just can't comprehend it. Okay? Because, I mean, I got young cousins that, they're in their phone all day long. And it's not that they're doing nothing on the phone. They have things that they're interested, that they have free access to basically through this portal called their phone. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, but let's be honest. If technology that is prevalent today, if the technology that we have today were, suppose it was available 20 years earlier, would that prior generation, would they be affected by the same things today's millennials are affected by? I think so.
I agree.
Well, sure,
So
yeah.
I think every generation is just, basically subjected to the conditions under which they come up. I mean, I think that's just the way of the world,
Yeah.
And depending on your perspective, that can be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. So that's my take on it.
Interesting.
No.
So
That was philosophical as shit, wasn't
yes, it was. It's hard to follow up on. What do you say after that? I don't know. But as far as my point of view goes, is I feel it's more of the technology that's kind of removing the millennials from the
Society.
kind of there you go, from society. and now since you have a phone or information at your fingertips, they feel they could do whatever they want at that moment, and then that's how it's classified as they feel like they're owned or entitled to certain things because they have it right at the palm of their hands. When I was growing up, I didn't have a phone until I was out of high school. Anyway,
Senior high?
senior year of high school.
So you were high as a senior.
You had a phone wait, hold on. You had a phone as a senior? Damn. I still had a pager.
Maybe.
Oh, pager, baby.
Maybe.
I had a pager in my 20s.
Maybe right after. I don't know. It was right after high school or
kid.
just later
Yeah,
towards the
Damn rich kid.
latter half of the senior year, maybe. But growing up in my teens or even before then, I was like Chris, paper, pen, book, go outside and play, do something.
Yeah.
So I could see, where nowadays the kids have everything at their fingertips. I was like, oh, well, I could look it up real quick, or oh, let me get this misinformation by following some idiot that's just bragging about some bullshit, and then they kind of feel entitled. Sorry, but
No, I mean,
I feel the millennials have that mentality where, yeah, just because I have this information on the fingertips, I could do whatever the hell I want, which is some bullshit. Now, if you're listening, my son or daughter, future, you're not gonna have that shit.
What, no phone for them?
Not,
No phone for you.
Only for like
not a
dessert
pager.
for an hour.
You know, I don't know though, man. Like, I may be going off topic a little bit, but I tried that with my daughter, like trying to restrict her as much as possible, like using the phone because I want to be, hey, like let's be a family and like talk to each other. I think that's kind of backfired. So, I don't know. I guess kind of like now we're getting into parenting tips. I don't want. Anyways,
Well, I think if you, well, I don't know how when you started, but once they're out of the womb, hey, dinner time, no phone. Family time, no
yeah,
phone.
absolutely.
Whatever, no phone. After that, fine, you do whatever you want. But there has to be some playtime, free time away from the phone. So there has to be some balance, not all the time. You know, in the shower, taking shit.
Well-
you know, in class, get that shit out of the class.
Well, where do you think this
So-
entitlement thing comes from?
So
though?
he's obviously
Right.
saying that he feels the entitlement thing comes from them having access to phones
Yeah.
or information. Personally, I feel the entitlement thing comes from there was a phase here in American society where it was frowned upon to discipline your kids. And when
Yeah.
I say discipline, I'm talking
You know what?
about
That's
Yeah.
actually
the conventional grade A ass whooping. Okay. I know I was brought up on it where I honestly I think it's essential because you got to put like natural fare in kids. I feel that's essential. They have to have some semblance of understanding that hey, if I do this, there could be painful consequences.
Yeah, cause and effect.
Yeah, exactly. And
here
if-
the ass whoopings.
and if
that we all got.
you're raising kids and I'm sorry, you're not laying the belt to them when they're acting up, they're gonna grow up feeling like, hey, I can do whatever I want and I don't have to worry about consequences. And I think that follows them through life. That's just my opinion. I'm no sociologist, but I feel that has a part to play with why, and I don't want to paint millennials with a broad brush. Some millennials feel like they're entitled to things because I want to say some millennials feel they're entitled to things because
98%.
they've
There are a
never
couple
gotten-
90%.
they've never gotten the fear instilled in them that hey, if you mess up too badly, negative things are going to happen to you, and it's not going to feel great. So
Coming for you.
I agree with Nate. I mean, I never got my ass whooped. However, I did see my brother and sister get their ass whooped plenty of times.
And that put the fear in you, right?
I knew that shit could happen to me.
Yeah.
So I did not act a fool or did anything bad. Well, I did, but not that showing up. But I did not get because I saw them get their ass beat. It's like, no, I want none of that. Straight and narrow, done.
So going off that, Chove, did you get spanked or
No.
did you get the timeouts?
No.
Yeah.
Wait,
you
so
get-
you didn't
But
get
I'm not
spanked
into-
or
I don't-
timeouts?
No, no. But I mean, I was disappointed.
You have parents?
Yes, I have parents. No, I was
you,
never.
baby.
I was never spanked. I did.
But-
did we have time out? No, we didn't really have time. But like our
They got a ribbon every time
Our
they do something right.
okay, no, that's also not true. Like my dad would have like a stern talking to us and stuff.
Ooh.
So that was, but
scary.
I mean, I would like to think that I'm not entitled. I don't know. Like,
Well, you're entitled to your opinion, so
as is everybody else.
Well, okay, so
He doesn't strike me as
But-
entitled, but I just find that shocking. Like you've never been
beat.
just
it's just okay. So for me, it's kind of come down to like two things. So the technology aspect, and then also like I guess three things. Technology, parenting, and education. So, like for the education part, like nowadays teachers kind of hand out grades like it's nothing. They just want to see those A's. They want to get those kids out of there. And I mean, as someone who's going to be working in who has worked in the education like field, and then who will be, I see that a lot. I myself experienced that in high school. It's really hard to mess up in high school. It's really hard to just not graduate, just because these teachers are, I guess, kind of taught to just hand out A's like it's nothing.
And funnel the kids through.
Yeah, and funnel the kids through, just because they'd rather see. Education is like a business like anything else, so it's like they'd rather see the numbers than actually teach the kids.
We're not poo-pooing teachers.
I'm not poo-pooing teachers. I'm not. I'm really
Don't
not.
come at us, teachers.
I've had plenty of great teachers, but
He's gonna be one
yeah.
here soon. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's that's I don't know. That's just another aspect that I've seen that is also a problem, because it's like that will also make kids be like entitled to.
So
like,
the participation medals, nobody gets first place, second place, third place, everyone gets a ribbon. That kind of thing has made everybody soft.
that could be a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that. Like in elementary school, we would have Junior Olympics, and I asked my mosquito.
Vampire mosquito.
Found out.
Got it.
Yeah. Nice. But coming to find out, like a lot of schools have like stopped doing the whole Junior Olympics thing, and I was wondering why. But I just remember, like back in the day, when you were doing
Is that
Junior
so
Olympics.
yolk?
But
Balance beam.
but like every kid got something that volunteered to do something. They still had your first, second, third, but everyone else that participated got a participation ribbon. I thought, even when I was younger, I found that kind of weird. Like, oh, I got a participation ribbon. This is stupid. I mean, I lost. I should just like suck it up and be like, I lost. I need to try harder next time. You know.
Learn the hard lesson, yeah.
Anyways, but I think I'm the only one who has kids here, right? Yeah, right.
That I know of.
That you know of. But someone brought up the point about like, disciplining their kids and like, spanking them and whatnot. I mean, this is the whole new conversation, but like spanking for me is like the last resort. I'm not like just free willy gonna like smack my kids, but if they're gonna be doing something stupid, they gotta learn the consequences. If timeout's not working, they're gonna get something else. So I kind of feel like, but once you get to that point, when you're gonna spank your kids, like that, these thoughts cross my mind, and that is, oh my God, if they say that they got spanked, is now like some other parent gonna go tattletale on me, and now I'm going to jail because I spanked my kids.
Open hand on the bottom.
Is that okay?
That is okay. From what I've been told, open hand on the.
No.
By what legal jurisdiction?
Just
That doesn't make sense.
abuse.
Oh, really?
I have no. I'm just.
Parents should be allowed to discipline their kids the way they want to discipline. If it's the bullshitty timeout, then that's their thing. If they want to spank them on the ass and teach them right from wrong, I'm all for that. I was spanked. I did dumb shit. I was spanked. I came up in a generation when your teachers at school were allowed to spank you.
I've heard about that.
Yeah. The principal, you would go in the principal's office and they had a stick to spank you. Not the penis, but a stick. Don't make it weird.
What the hell?
They had like a
I think this is done.
they had a paint stick, and they would and that's it. You go back to class.
I am entitled to that.
Which part?
All right.
Now it's gotten weird.
But all right. So the main crux of our argument was, why do millennials feel they're entitled? But I feel like you know,
Gone off the rails.
you know, this has gone off the rails. However, it doesn't matter if millennials feel like they're entitled. There's going to come a point in their life when reality sets in, life sets in, and they're going to just have to learn the hard way that nothing is, you know.
he got all scared.
He's super philosophical.
If you guys noticed, Nate, when he said, when reality sets in, your whole demeanor just changed.
It was great though.
Yeah, and then reality sets in.
It's true though. When life,
Now
when
that's scary.
Just do that. Just do that.
Scared
You'll
to be
be
his kid.
well, I mean, when life takes a hold of them, and they realize, wow, you know, I have to actually put in work to earn a living. I have to do things to accomplish what I'd like in life. You know, all those little entitlement feelings, they will be cast aside real quick, I feel. So,
So when you get your ass beat on the street,
Yeah. So yours ties in with earnings. I mean, it
Yeah, it does,
you know,
yeah.
when you become the parent and everything you try to do everything that you try to do with your kids that your parents did to you fails miserably, you're going to realize, shit, I am wrong. I was wrong my whole life.
I'm not saying
that's what you said. You
That's
said
not
that.
what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
No, I
You
get
can
what you
raise
mean,
your
yeah.
kid in any form or fashion that you so choose as a parent. However, I mean, we all have feelings. You know, we feel life should go a certain way, but in the end, do those feelings truly matter? No, they don't. Life is what it is. You know, life is just what it is, and I don't think it has. Your feelings have no bearing on the outcomes you experience in life. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. You know, so
Wow.
you know,
Wow.
Good
wow,
job.
did my demeanor change?
No, it's perfect.
I mean,
And I think that was
not this time.
a good way to end it.
Yeah.
Shelby, you want to take us out? Since you wrote it. and all that?
owed it.
Since I'm owed it, obviously. Thanks for watching. Check us out on social media: Facebook, Instagram, indirect connections on those things, and then Twitter, indirect connect for what else? Email us.
Facebook.
Facebook, yeah. Just,
The YouTubes
YouTube, obviously,
YouTubes.
because this is where you're watching
you're
it.
watching. Make comment at the bottom is what he was going to
Yeah.
say.
Comment
Yeah.
or you get the freaking chancla.
Thanks for watching.
All right, on that note,
I love you, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
ass whippings are fundamental.